Good morning, good morning. Kiss up to God. To God be the glory for the wonderful works that He does. Good morning, my YouTube family. My caption, the message is in the quote. I remember growing up, when I was a little girl, we didn't really have to go to the grocery store for a lot of things or to the stores for a lot of things because we lived off the land. And some things, we did have me downs and some things my mom made. And the one thing that she used to make was quilts. And the quilts were made from like our old clothes and things like that, from old stuff. And she would sew the quilts together and she would make the quilts and they would use to keep us warm. Of course. It really get cold, cold, cold down south. Not like it is in New Jersey. But she did used to make quilts. And I remember looking at some of the patterns where I remember that dress from there. I remember them socks. I remember my brother, whatever she would make. And we um, had cotton. So, she would stuff it with cotton or stuff it with other old things to give it the thickness. But so that's made me go and look up on the quilts and understand what the quilts are on the Underground Railroad. So, okay, they gave me like 13 of them. No, you can go online. Like 13 of them. And I had like 14, I think. I saw like 14 different messages that quotes made. And I was so amazed because I never thought about that. But see, our people found ways to escape. And some of the hangings were because they were running away. So this was one of the ways that they would send messages to each other through the quotes. Okay, if you saw a wagon wheel, that was used as a signal to slaves to pack all their things that would go on a wagon or be used during a long journey. The flying geese. The flying geese hung outside the homes. That was a code for slaves to follow the flying geese to Canada for freedom. Bear claw. The bear claw followed a mountain trail out of view, and it actually was a bear trail that led to food and water. The monkey wrench. The monkey wrench placed in the window or on a clothesline. It indicated it was time to collect tools for the move to freedom. The star. The star prepared. They were excuse me. They were prepared to escape and to follow the North Star to Canada. The crossroad. The crossroad signal to prepare to Cleveland, Ohio, which was the main crossroad where many of the routes to freedom. The sailboat. The sailboat also hung on the clothesline. They knew that there was a waterway nearby or there was a boat available. The bow tie. The bow tie, they wanted you to travel in disguise or to change to a higher status. Change your clothes to look like you were from a higher status. Shoe fly. The shoe fly identified a person who could guide slaves and help them escape along the Underground Railroad. The tumbling blocks, um, that indicated that it was time for slaves to pack up and go because a conductor was in the area. The broken dishes, that marked pottery at some future landmark if you had broken dishes. The ditches, that meant dress as you was a free person. The rose reef, that signaled that someone had died on the journey. And the most famous was the log cabin. The log cabin was necessary to seek shelter. It was a safe person there, and it was a safe house. And I was like, wow, wow. God always make a way, don't he? He made a way for escape routes through quotes. Through quotes. There are other ways that I'm going to come on and tell you that the slaves used for escape routes to get to freedom. And this was just amazing to me because there was always a way, and like the children of Israel and like even in Egypt, they were in bondage for years, but God made a way for them to get out. They're the ones that stayed in the wilderness for so long. I bet once they escaped, they didn't stay in the wilderness. They went to freedom. But I just came on because I wanted to talk about the quilts of the underground, routes and ways to escape that our people use to get free. And they was coming up north, seeing they talked a lot about Canada and coming up north to be free. Thank you so much for joining me. If you think someone would love to know this, would love to hear what I had to say about the quilts, share. Subscribe to my channel. Like it. And if you know that of other ways that they use it for freedom, let me know. Put it in the chat. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Jennifer Brooks. I am a Southern Belle, and I'm on the right road now. And thank God that my ancestors found ways for freedom so that we can live free too. Thank you so much. God bless. Have a blessed day now. You hear? God bless.